Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here, and we are on shelf number 4. So I thought I'd show you just a few quick things here that were there, and then we're gonna get back on to everything else is on table on shelf 4. So there's lots of bourbon. There's like some tequila. It looks like it's gotten on there. Some world whiskey. So a whole bunch of other stuff. These are some of the bigger bottles or bigger boxes that I kind of wanted to just kind of get out of the way, and then we will get on our way with the rest of the regular scheduled programming. So here is one of them. This is a Cavalier Soloist. This is the X Bourbon cask, 53.2%. And here is its twin, or cousin, I should say. This is 54%. And this is the same kind of one, ex-bourbon cask. So there is one, other than the percentage of 53.2 to 54, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a very big deal, this particular cask. So this one here is, there goes the little scroll that comes with it. This one here is the... This is the team collector one. So Larry and Bill Shane with Truth Malters, they've come out with something really cool. So if you join the team right here, preferred team collection number 4, you get all kinds of really cool stuff, and included is a bottle, your own bottle, and this was part of that. So we got this one here. So I can't wait to try this particular bottle. But I did at my buddy Daryl's, because this was shipped to Daryl's place, and Daryl had opened his bottle already. So he's like, "Would you like to try some?" And I'm like, "You're goddamn right I do." And holy crap, is it ever good. This is the regular one that you can buy, but each one is different because, they only make so many of each bottle from each cask, and so each one will be a little different in ABV, and each one will be a little different in taste. The big difference with the team one here, this is a hand-selected pick by Bill and Larry. And you can see this one here is number 90, 164 bottles on this particular cask. And then on the back for the soloists, you can actually tell the date. So this is when it was bottled on, what's that? August the 6th of 2022. And then up here, you can see B, that stands for bourbon. I believe 15 is the year, and 7 is the month, and 16th is the date. So so this was put into the cask on February, March, April, May, June, July 16th, 2015. And then it was bottled right here, August the 6th, 2022. So with the soloist bottles, you can tell the date. Any other of the bottles with Cavalier, it's kind of hard to tell the day, but because it's so bloody hot and humid there, a normal bottle that would say scotch or whiskey or whatever, that's like 10, 12, 14, 15 years old, it would just be vapor by that point because it's so goddamn hot in Taiwan where these are made. Here's another soloist bottle, and this is the brandy cask. And you can see these are all cask strength, 57.8%. And this is what this bottle looks like here. So this was laid down in 2014. Why is brandy? So November 11th, 2014. And then it was bottled. See here. July 16th, 2021. So that's one of the little cool things. There's so many cool things about Cavalier. But with the Soloist bottles. This one here, one of my subscribers sent this to me, and this is an Oloroso Sherry Oak Soloist. And this one here was made only specifically for Canada. So really, really, really cool. Bottled exclusively for Canada. And you can see this one here, Sherry, it was bottled in 2015, so December 31st, so New Year's Eve, December on 2015, and it was that's when it was put into the cask, and it was bottled in August 10th of 2021. So really, really cool, cool bottle. There's that. This one here is, I haven't opened this one yet. We will be doing an opening of this, but this is the Year of the Dragon for Kavalan. So I'm just going to lie that down like that. This is another Kavalan. It is not a soloist. It's at 46%. But man, is this ever cool. And this is this is an Oloroso Sherry Oak, just kind of like this one, but it's a cask. But this was on sale at BSW, so I got Will to buy it for me, pick it up for me with our order, and it's a really cool kind of opening here. You know, like Kavalan and Truth Malters, they really kind of go all out with their perceived value and just really cool presentation. Like this is the box here. A wood box, and then it's got a little latch here. Open that up, and then there's your whiskey sitting right in there. Like, it's a really, really, really cool presentation of this particular whiskey. And you can see here, because it's not a cask strength or soloist, it doesn't have the dates and stuff like that on it. But it just has the date in the back. It just kind of tells you when it was put into the bottle. So what's that, July 1st, 2022, but it doesn't say when it was laid down with the cask or put into the barrels. Here is another Wiser's, a 22-year-old cask strength port cask finish. We had a few of them in Winnipeg. Well, we had I'm not sure how many Winnipeg got, but I know when they were kind of dwindling, I was able to grab 2 of them. So I was really, really, really happy with that. And now you can't find the goddamn things anywhere. So, yeah, it's cool. This I got when this first came out. So this is the very first rendition of Crown Royal's 18-year-old. So I know they've put out a bunch of other editions or blends or whatever of this, but this was the first one, and this was like, everybody was wanting this thing. This was going crazy in the secondary market. It was nuts, and they were just impossible to find. I think I got the last one in Winnipeg at the time. Now you can find them anywhere, but for way, way, way higher than what I paid for. I think it's about $50 more now than what I paid for this one. And this was their first foray into the 18-year-old. But yeah, so it opens up like this. It's got a little magnet to it. Opens up to a little box. It's a really cool little presentation to it. And then it just pulls out like that.
That's what she said. Michael.
And it's got a little bag.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
And it's just a screw cap, so you don't have to lay this one down, but I thought I'd show it to you anyway. And then this one here, the last one here of the first part of the 4th shelf. I was really smart and really dumb on this one here. So, really smart for picking it up. Really dumb for not getting 2 bottles of it, or 3 or 4 or 10, because this was really, 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 really good. I have not opened my bottle. I think Joel in our whiskey club wants to do Crown Royal night, so I'm kind of saving it for that. But Dan, my buddy Dan, was smarter than me. He bought 2 bottles of this. I was an idiot. I only bought one, and they weren't that expensive. And this is a Crown Royal Noble Collection Winter Wheat. This won Whiskey of the Year, and this is really, really good. I mean, like, seriously good. Best Crown Royal I've ever had in my life. One of the best whiskeys, like Canadian whiskeys I've ever had in my life. This is really good. Just insanely good. Secondary market on this thing is crazy. Comes in a little box, like a little bag like that. And this is just super intense how good this is. If you can find a bottle of this, grab it. It is really, really, really nice stuff. And yeah, Joel wants to do a Crown Royal day, I guess, with our whiskey club. Joel used to work with, he had something to do with Crown Royal at the time, so he's kind of has some personal connection to Crown Royal, and but this is really, really, really nice stuff, and yeah, can't wait to open this up and try it with everyone. You can see here it's got a cork in it and everything like that too. It's nice. So we'll lay this one down here on its side for a few seconds, let it moisturize, and I'll put these away, and then we'll get on with the rest of the shelf. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here. We are back again with shelf number 4. Shelf number 4. All right, so we are back. So we showed some of the Cavalan that we'd I just put away, and now we are taking more stuff out. So this is more rum, like bourbon and stuff shelf. So we'll see if we can fit anything else on it, like maybe some tequila, gin, or whatever like that as well. So we'll see, because I've brought a whole bunch of stuff out and put it into the lounge, so hopefully it'll make room. But I had a whole bunch of other crap in my other cellar, so I've got like 2 cellars, so I'm hoping to empty one of the cellars and just keep it in one, so it's just easier, and just I've got too much stuff. So I might be looking at maybe offloading some of this. I don't know. I do a lot of like whiskey and tequila tastings with my wedding couple, so that's another reason why I've got so much of this junk. But anyway, let's go on with this. First one we've got here is just a basic Sailor Jerry. Buddy of mine who was in my Masonic Lodge at the time, he came over for a party, and a whole bunch of the Masons and stuff brought booze and stuff, and this is one of the ones that was left over. So it's been sitting here for quite a while, but it doesn't go bad. It hasn't been opened or anything like that. And Sailor Jerry is pretty good. I don't mind it at all. You can see it's a screw cap, so we don't need to set that one down. This one is very good. I tried this at Thomas Hines. So we had a big Japanese and cigar smoke out there, so a lot of Japanese whiskey and everything like that. I think there was like 6 or 7 different offerings of different Japanese whiskeys. Brought in some really, really, really good speakers and ambassadors and reps and stuff like that. And this was one of them, and this is really good. This is the Wyoshi from Nika. So it was Nika, Sindori, Suntory, Nika, and I think there was one other one there, but it was really good. They paired it really, really, really well with the cigars. But as all Japanese whiskeys, or I'd say most, this is a screw cap as well, so we do not need to put that one down. This one here is a Tromba Blanco tequila. They were blowing these out a couple years ago at the LC, so I grabbed 2 bottles, because it's always good to have just tequila in the house, whether you're just drinking it neat or you can make cocktails out of it. My wife loves her margaritas, and she really enjoys tequila, and this was super, super, super cheap, so I grabbed a couple bottles there for her. But we have quite a bit of tequila, and my wife doesn't drink a whole hell of a lot either, so So we probably got more than what we need, but that's a bad word. We don't ever want to say that. We always have just the right amount. This is the El Dorado, a 5-year-old. They had this on sale as well quite a while ago. Cask aged, 40%. El Dorado is really, really quite a nice rum, and you can see that it is a screw cap as well. This was on sale, and there's still, I think there's one bottle left, but I think it's way the hell up in Thompson. Haven't tried it yet, but I heard it's supposed to be pretty good, so I picked her up. And it's a really nice cognac, El Diffusi, and it's the Selection cognac. Let's take a look in the box. Yeah, the notes and stuff that they were describing on it sounded really, really, really interesting, and they're blowing it out. So I thought, and I really do like cognac and brandy, so I always use some more. I've only got a couple bottles of cognac and brandy. You see the majority of it sitting in my lounge when we get to that part of the tour here. Once we go through all of all the shelves and stuff like that, I'll show you what we've got. So this I picked up when we were going through the border one time. This is before I got into whiskey and everything like that. I really like Bacardi 8, and I still love rum, and Bacardi 8 is definitely one of my favorites and stuff, especially the mix. Man, like a really nice Bacardi 8 and Coke is just amazing, or Pepsi is just so good. And this was a border one, so not really a travel exclusive, but you get this through duty free. So really nice rum. Got another one over there too, so I'll show you that to you when we get to it. This one here is a Havana Club. This is a 7-year-old. Really nice. I've had this quite a few times. A buddy of mine, he was down in Cuba a couple of years ago, and they came over for my birthday. I believe it was a couple of years ago. I think it was last year. And he brought me a smoky Havana Club, and so we opened it up and enjoyed it together. And really, really, really good, and such a great family, nice person and everything. This was given to me by a buddy of mine, the same guy who gave me the Glenmorangie port cask or portwood. He gave me this here too. So yeah, really nice Barbados rum. So looking forward to opening that up at some point. This is Mount Gay. This is the Eclipse. My mom and dad, when they were when we were kids, they used to go down to Barbados all the time, and Dad would always bring back Mount Gay rum, and I would get little sips of it and stuff when I was little, and then and it was always in the house because my father was a pilot with Canadian Airlines, so he was always down in Barbados. And then when I got old enough to drink, I was around 15, 16 years old, Dad and I would have rum and Cokes together. So Mount Gay has always been kind of a special rum to me for that. This one here, my little brother got me. I have one that's signed by them, but I was talking to Rob Wells, who plays Ricky. There's Rob there. Rob's right here. That's Jean-Paul, and there's Mike, or Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. But anyway, Rob was saying, holy crap, Chris, these ones are getting really hard to find. Like, these are getting really tough bottles to find now. So, yeah, so I'm happy to have. Todd got me 3 of them. So I've got another one lying around in the cellar. I think it's in my doubles or whatever. But I've never actually opened this one up, so to try it. So maybe someday I might. Never know. Or if somebody wants one and they want to get it signed when the boys show up or something like that. This is a Maker's Mark cast strength. This came out for our spirit release one year, and we were at Thomas Hines again, and they had like Maker's Mark with Make a Do, and then they had another rep there with Basil Hayden, and then we had a bunch of really great cigars paired with it. But this is when I tried this one here, this Maker's Mark cast strength. This is really good. So I had to pick that up because it was so good. Tons and tons and tons of flavors on that one. That's just, oh man, it's just incredible. This one here, this Kanishi rum, extra old. I believe I picked this one up down in Florida, down in Miami at one time, I believe. So yeah, it's I have not tried it yet, so kind of looking forward to getting into that one. This here, Dan and I picked up on our booze cruise to Calgary one year, and we were at Craft Cellars and bought a whole bunch of stuff, but I ended up picking this one up here, this Garrison Brothers, this single barrel. So the guy said it was really, really good. He said it was one of his favorites, but of course they're always going to say this is one of their favorites. But I did a look up on it before I bought it when I was at the store, and this is actually really, really, really well rated whiskey. So I thought, well, yeah, I'll pick that up. And there's only a few of these bottles made. This is bottle number 34. And so kind of looking forward to trying it. Got to get some pictures of it before I open it up, because it's really kind of a cool bottle. And I've Garrison Brothers is a good bourbon. So yeah. I got this at the booze cruise with Dan as well. We were at BSW, and they had these on their website, and then they came off. And when I bought it in Winnipeg, I think I paid about $80 for the bottle. And I thought, oh, that's a little high, but I really wanted it. And I know I'd probably never open it. And you'll see why in a second. And then I saw it at BSW for like $46, so like almost half price. So I returned mine. I thought I was going to order it from BSW. I went to place an order, and they're like, oh, we're all sold out. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then I went back to the LC, and they'd sold out. So I'm like, oh crap, I guess I'm going to do without. But anyway, Dan and I were down at their booze cruise, and they said that they put stuff in the store that's not online, so you got to come to the store to see what else they got in there. So sometimes they do that, and they had a bottle of it there, so I picked it up. And this is the Blackwell 007 rum. So yeah, I was just super jazzed about that one. Buddy, he lives on he bought Fleming's Island there down in Jamaica, so he lives there. I believe it's called Goldeneye, where he lives. But anyway, I bought a bottle of this. I'm super happy. So kind of goes with the my vodka, James Bond 007 vodka that I have, that I probably will never open. This here, my brother-in-law and myself and a good friend of ours, we used to get together all the time before he moved out to Montreal and Toronto with business and stuff. He owns Be Clean Cleaners, so a big cleaning company here in Canada. So yeah, he's moved out there to run the operation out there, which is good for him, but too bad for us, because he's such a great guy and a really close friend. But we used to get together all the time, and we would go, and we'd totally dork out, like we would go in the afternoons, we'd take off, we'd hit all like the hockey card stores and get all these hockey cards, and then we hit like Toys R Us and look for all these cool figures and stuff like that. And then we come home, we play video games till like 4 a.m. and order pizza and watch movies and stuff. And we did that like once, maybe twice a month, and it was just the best. And so anyway, he came over, and we'd have some drinks, right? So he came over, and we didn't end up getting into this one, but it was left, and it is not available anymore for obvious reasons. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Let me know if you guys have any comments on this one, what I should do with it. I know a couple of people have wanted to buy it from me, but I don't know. We'll see. But it's the Ron Jeremy rum. like, and he got it, and just kind of as a joke. And now it's become actually quite collectible. So yeah, so I don't know what to do with this rum. So it's kind of funny. And like I said, it's actually become quite collectible. People are actually seeking it out, but they can't get it because they don't make it anymore, and stores just refuse to carry it. So, and the next one here, before we kind of clean up, because I've got more stuff to the right of us here. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a bunch that are still sitting to the right, but this is kind of getting all messed up. But this rum here, The story behind this is when I flew for Bearskin Airlines out in Sioux Lookout, Ontario, one of the best jobs I ever had. I flew a Beech 99 for them, and then I went and flew the best airplane I've ever flown in my entire life, the Pilatus PC-12. Oh my God, that was a dream airplane. I've flown about 42 different types of airplanes, and the Pilatus PC-12 is by far the best. And it's a single engine, 1600 shaft horsepower engine, big turboprop on it. Goes as fast as a 737-200 and lands at the speeds of 172. It is made for pilots, built around pilots. It has a dedicated drink cup you can put in. Your foot pedals are heated and air conditioned, and it was just a pure joy to fly. Like, it was like Christmas every time I got into that airplane. It was just, it's hard to describe the feeling I got when I flew that airplane. It was the best. And the people that I worked with up in Sioux Lookout were also the best. And we had a bunch of Newfoundlanders up there, and they were our maintenance guys. A couple of them were our pilots, and a lot of them are baggage handlers. So I was talking to them one day, and this is when I was still on the Beech 99, which is a twin-engine turboprop, 14 or 15 seat airplane. And I said, well, "What do you guys miss about home and stuff, you know?" And they're like, "Oh, yes, me boy, yes, my son there. We miss Labatt's Light there, my son." And I'm like, "Oh, well, you guys got Labatt's Light here." He says, No, that's blue light. That's moose piss. We want the Labatt's Light." So I went and bought him a 24-pack of Labatt's Light in Winnipeg, because we can get them in Manitoba here anytime. Well, they were so happy and thrilled, and they wanted to share it with me. I said, no, that's for you guys. I can get his stuff anytime. And I says, "Well, my son, yes, bye. We got a screechy in there tonight. Then come over around this time." So I said, "All right." So I went over there, and they screeched me in. So we did the whole, Newfie screech stuff, and then you're supposed to kiss a codfish at the end, but they said, "Yes, boy, you got to kiss codfish there, my son. But we don't got a codfish there. But we got Jen. She's just as ugly as one." And Jen, I love Jen. She was amazing. She was close to 6'6", 6'7", probably 400 and some odd pounds. Just a big girl. But her heart was just as big as she was. She was amazing. I loved Newfie Jen. We had two or three Jens working there, but this was Newfie Jen. This Newfie Jen was big. And she picked me up and she planted a big one right on me. And she picked me up like I was nothing. And just like whoop, up and planted a big one on me. And they screeched me in that night. And I have a little certificate that they hand wrote out for me. They printed it and then wrote all over it. And we had some Newfoundland screech. And then they gave me a bottle of it. So I still have this Newfie screech. I still haven't opened it. I've kind of kept it. I should have got them to sign it, is what I should have done. But, if I ever run into any of those Newfies again, I want to open it with them. But I've had this since 2000 and... Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 2000. So this is like 25 years old. I've had this for 25 years already. And just been kind of hanging on to it for another opportunity to drink this with my Newfie friends. So yeah, but anyway, this is the bottle they gave me when they screeched me in. You can see that it's a screw cap, so we don't need to tie that down. But what a great night, and what a great group of people. Man, I love those Newfies. I remember one time we're pushing back, we're getting ready to go flying, and our Newfie boys were starting to marshal us backwards and stuff like that. And Buddy shows up in his car, and it's dented, and it is smoking and chugging and making terrible sound, and there's smoke coming out of the engine, and the whole front end is just shot. Like, it looked like he ran into a tree at like 100 miles an hour. And he gets out, and he's all excited, and they're like, "Holy shit, are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh, yes, boy, we hit I hit a moose up the road there, my son. Yeah, we got to get in a truck there before someone else gets me killed." So they were looking at me because they had to marshal me back, and I'm like, you guys go. I'll start the plane, and I'll just sort myself out. I'll just spin the airplane around, or I can put it in reverse and just back it out, and then and then get ourselves going. You guys go. So he was so worried about someone else getting his moose that he hit with his car, and they all jumped in the work truck, in Bearskin Airlines work pickup truck, and all in some in the front and a bunch in the back there. And away they went. And he was crazy enough. I wouldn't doubt for 1 second that he hit that moose on purpose, because there was tons of moose that would just stand on the road and just watch the cars go by. I wouldn't doubt for a half a second this guy ran into that moose on purpose, because they were crazy. And in Newfoundland, it's a big, when it comes to moose hunting season, it's a big deal. And there's not a lot of moose up there right now because I think there's a parasite or whatever that killed off a bunch of them. But boy, the Newfie boys in Newfoundland, when it was moose hunting season, it was a big deal. There was a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of moose hunting, and it's like, "Gots to get me moose by," and away they would go. So you can take the guy off, you can take the Newfie off the rock, but you can't take the rock out of the Newfie. And God bless them, man. I love those Newfoundlanders. But anyway, we're gonna pause this. I'm gonna get this stuff back into the cellar, and then we'll worry about these guys here coming up right next. So stay tuned for that. I'm just gonna pause this. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. The next one we've got to show you is another rum. This is a Ron Zacapa 23-year-old. This is really, 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 really good rum. Like, really good rum. And I used to buy this stuff all the time. Like crazy all the time. And, man, this is stuff ever good. This is my last bottle here. Last one I had open, it went through super fast. This here is like from one of their trees and stuff, like believe it's like a leaf or something like that from one of their trees, and it's supposed to be like for good luck or one of the gods or whatever they believed in back in the day. But it's a 23-year-old dark rum from Ron Zacapa. Man, this goes with so many great things. Cigars is one of them. And like I said, I used to buy this all the time. I got 23-year-old rum for like $70, and it was a staple. I would buy it like I buy 2 bottles at a time, kind of thing, because I know one of them would go through really, really quick. Well, then the bloody communists at the LC went from like $68 or $70 a bottle, and it wasn't even like a slight price increase. It went to $100 a bottle. I'm like, I'm not spending $100 a bottle on a rum when I got it literally for a week ago for 70. Screw that. So now I think it's just over that. So I stopped buying it because it's really, really good, but it's on principle and it's really not worth it to me. So unfortunately, that's my last bottle. It's so good. But there's also a lot of other really good rums out there for cheaper. So yeah. But anyway, this is another bottle of Bacardi 8 that I got through when we went through the LC, not the LC, through the border one time for our duty free, and it slides out like that, and there's your bottle of rum. So kind of a cool little enclosure. I'll keep that open just to see, make sure that I can see that it's not leaking. It's a pain in the ass to put it back in. This one here is a Captain Morgan spiced rum. Somebody brought this over to a party one time. I forget who the hell it was. But we had a party, and it was all winding down and everything like that. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Everyone was kind of going home. And there was still tons of booze out. Like tons and tons and tons of booze out. And lots of rum and everything. And this one jackass that was over, and he went downstairs, grabbed this, and you could see he opened it up for one drink out of a new bottle. That there was tons of other booze down there, like upstairs, plus rum. There wasn't this wasn't like the only rum that we had there. There was tons of rum, and this wasn't even out. He just went downstairs to grab it, and came up, opened the bottle for no good freaking reason, and then left after that. And I thought, what a complete jackass, Like, he hasn't been here for a while, but I thought, what a complete dick move that was, especially when there was a shit ton of booze up there, upstairs still, and he just wanted one more drink. And there was rum. There was lots of rum. There's probably 6 other bottles of rum that were all open. Just... because I thought, maybe I could just take that one back and then trade in for something else or whatever, but no, can't do that now. This my in-laws were moving out, and they had this at their house, and this a little bottle of Captain Morgan white rum. But you can see it's kind of neat. It's in the bootlegger style of bottle. We talked about this last year when we were doing this, but back in Prohibition days, the term bootlegger came from when they came up to Canada to sneak booze into the States. They would make bottles like in this shape, and then they would put it like if this was your leg here, they would put it like this and then stick it down their pants, down their leg, so it would slide in because it took the shape of your leg, and that's how they came to the term of bootlegger. So it's kind of cool that the odd place still makes these types of bottles. And then my brother-in-law was down in Cuba, and he brought some booze back here, and you can see this is a bootlegger style glass bottle, and another one here, kind of the bootlegger look too, which is kind of cool. This is an Old Forester. This is just the basic 86 Old Forester, but they were blowing this out. You could still buy it, but when MLCC was celebrating their 100th anniversary, like this was on sale for like dirt cheap, like super cheap, like I don't know, $17 or something like that. So I bought a bottle of it. I still haven't opened it up yet because there's so much other stuff out there to try. Great friend of mine in Ontario. We trade booze back and forth quite a bit, but we can't get this here. We can now, but we only this bottle. Like there was the 2023 we could not get, and at the time we could not get the 2024 release. And I don't know if we'll be able to get 2025, but every year he contacts me and says, hey, do you need a bottle of this? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I do. So he picks me up, I send him the money, and he sends it to me. But this is the Jack Daniels, McLaren and Jack Daniels 2024 edition for Formula One. And I just love Formula One. Like huge fan of Formula One. And these are made in limited edition. And it's just the basic Jack Daniels Old Number 7 in it. But it's the packaging and stuff. I mean, it's freaking cool. Like I said, I'm a massive Formula One fanatic. Like I love Formula One, and it's just so like nice of him to do. Like just a super good guy, super solid guy, and I appreciate it beyond anything. That he does that for me. Like just a great guy, just a really great guy. But this is the kind of people you get in the whiskey industry, and collectors and people that, appreciate the stuff like that. That people do this kind of stuff for each other. I do this kind of stuff all the time for other collectors and stuff. And man, I just really appreciate it. This came out a couple years ago, and then it sold out like almost immediately. So I have not tried it yet, but it's, another style of bootlegger. It's a kind of a canteen, but it's all rum, eh? Yeah, I just haven't opened it yet. Just because I really kind of like the container, and it's kind of like a little flask, eh? Like it's really cool. Casamari? I don't know, something like that. But anyway, it's really cool. And but yeah, I just haven't opened it yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Here is some 1792. This was a bottle pick here, selected by the liquor store. This is a full proof 1792. And let's see, what's this one here? Oh, here's another, same one, full proof 1792. What is this one here? Oh, another one. Bottle pick here for 1792. I am not yeah, see, there's this is from barrel 7. See, See if it'll focus on it. Yeah, it looks like 70-60. And this one here is, let's take a look at this one just for shits and giggles. I'll show you guys here as well. Yeah, so that's a different one. So this one I believe came out last year. Maybe. We'll see. Because I remember getting two when they first came out. So they would have been the same. Yeah, so maybe these ones here came out a couple years ago, and then that one there was from last year. And here is a small batch. I know I've got a couple other 1782s lying around in there somewhere, so stay tuned for that. This one here is a Woodford Reserve. And this one here was when did I get that? I got that maybe last year. Yeah, I got a couple different types of Woodford Reserve. My favorite one so far was the 1 liter one we did for our Manitoba Liquor Commission, and it's really good stuff. Like that's this one here. See that we've gotten into, but this is really, really, really nice stuff. So it's just sitting in the bar because it's open. But that's the best one I've had so far. I've had a few different ones, just sampling from other people and the LCs and stuff like that. But I haven't opened any of the ones that I have other than that one. This is a Elijah Craig small batch. This I got on sale too when the LC had their 100th anniversary. So super, super cheap. Just haven't opened it yet. This came out for spirit release 2 years ago, or this is maybe 2 years ago, I guess it was. This is when they celebrated their 100th anniversary. So they had 3 in that particular LC, and not every one of them. I think there's maybe 6 liquor stores in Winnipeg that got them, and each one got 3. So I was lucky enough to be, I think I was number 1 or number 2 in line at that one. And then here's some Eagle Rares that come out every year. Like we get these every year. So sometimes I pick them up, sometimes I don't. You can see this one here has the 10 years in front. And sorry, yeah, both of these have the 10 years in front. So these are the newer ones. And then this one here has no 10 years in front, but 10 years on the back. Yeah, down there. So this is an older bottle, but it's the same stuff. I remember one year I was at the LC for spirit release, and had a bottle of Eagle Rare in my bag, or in the basket, and some guy, I think he was probably 18 or 19 years old, just a young guy, came in. Oh, damn it, I've been trying to get this, and he's like, is there any more? And I'm like, well, I don't think so. I think those are gone. Because I was just hanging out talking to all my friends there and stuff, and he was like, Jesus, I keep trying every year to try to get one, but he says, maybe one year I'll get one of these things. I heard they're supposed to be pretty good. And I said, what, the Eagle Rare? And he's like, yeah, I heard they're really good. I've been trying to get one for a long time. I've got my friends out trying to get one for me, and they can never get one either. And I said, here, take mine. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I can't do that. I said, there's none left. And I said, that's all right. So I got a bottle at home. Like that's when I had like one bottle at home. And I said, I haven't even opened it yet. So take this. I said, if I want another one, I'm sure they'll probably come out next year or whatever. And sure enough, they do. They come out pretty much every year now. And he goes, no way. So he's all hugging me and shaking my hand. And he goes, can I trade you anything in my basket? And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. It's all good. He says, you just take that home and enjoy it. He says, I'm just really happy to see, a young guy getting into whiskey and stuff like that. I think it's really cool, and just enjoy it. And that's kind of what, this whole thing's all about, So yeah, so anyway, that is what I've got here. Now I'm going to put these back in, and I'm going to go get some more stuff out of the other side. I think I would like to say it's going to be mostly bourbon, but who knows what the hell's in there right now. It's such a mess. So we'll see what it is when we get it out. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, we are back here. This is everything we've got left on the fourth shelf, and put that away. Then we got shelf number 5, which was kind of the overflow shelf. So I have no idea what's underneath there. I got to pull a bunch of stuff out to get at it. And we'll see, because it looks like we've got might have some extra room on the fourth shelf now, so I might be able to move some stuff up. So let's hope so. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case. So let's see what we can do. First one here is the Old Granddad. This came and went super fast.
That's what she said.
Oh, no, not that. Just come on, you guys, let's do it.
At the LC. Heard good things about it, but also heard so-so things about it. But it was really cheap, but really good reviews. So we'll see what that one's about. This is Templeton Rye, and this is an 8-year-old, I believe. 6 years old. That's right. This one's a 6. This came out for Whisky Fest a couple years ago. This one here is a Larceny, just the basic Larceny small batch. This one was on sale for the MLCC's 100th anniversary, and yeah, so yeah, that one was super cheap. This one here is a Michter's straight rye. I think I've got a couple other Michters in there as well. I'm not sure, but I'll have to take a look. We've had this a few times at different types of Michters at our whiskey club, and boy, are they ever good. Like really smooth. Picked this one up on our booze cruise with Dan. This one was like $18 at Craft Cellars at the time. They had a big sale on it, so thought for $18 I'll try it out. Heard half decent things about it, but we'll see. But this is a minor case, 45% ABV. So, and it's straight rye whiskey, so it should be kind of spicy, and I really do like kind of the spicy stuff. This is the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. This came out for Spirit Release a couple of years ago. Had this in the past at one of our whiskey club meetings, and it's actually pretty good. This is the other bottle I was telling you about, the Maker's Mark. This one here is number 5. That came out 4 and 5 when Dan and I got into this back in 2021. This was actually really good, so I went out and bought a second bottle of each just for the fun of it. This one here, I don't think we can get this anymore at the LC. This is the Bonded, Jack Daniel's Bonded. I think they got rid of these ones here a while ago. They came and went pretty fast too. Here is another single barrel from 1792. It came out for Spirit Release a couple years ago. This is just a basic Gentleman Jack, but this was on sale for the 100th anniversary as well. That was wicked cheap. And these ones here came out as well for the same thing, for the 100th anniversary, these Woodford Reserves. So really inexpensive, so I thought I'd pick those ones up just for the fun of it. And I really do like Woodford Reserve anyway. So yeah, it's really good stuff. But the best one I've had so far is the MLCC pick one. This one was really cheap as well. This came out for the 100th anniversary, the Jim Beam Devil's Cut. I haven't had this one, but I've heard half decent things about it. This came out for Spirit Release as well. I ended up getting 2 bottles of it because if it was anything like the one that we had before, this came out for Spirit Release, but we can kind of get this anytime now. But this is really nice. If you get a chance to try it, do it. But I picked this one up with Dan on our booze cruise at BSW for $60. And this is the single barrel strength, and it's 64.5%. And I had my little brother over and my cousin Dave, the Duke, from Ontario, and Kurt's from Vernon, BC. We got into this, and we could not believe that this was not Jack Daniel's. This was really good stuff. like exceedingly good stuff. So so we had that, and then this one here that I found up in Swan River when I was up fishing with my dad and my brothers. I went up to get ice and stuff like that for when we were up at Reed Lake, and where you get the ice and the gas and stuff from. They had a liquor store there, so they had that, the old number 7. So we opened that up there with Kurt and the Duke, and they were blown away about how good this was too, because like Dave is a big Jack Daniel's connoisseur, and he would never have believed that any of this is Jack Daniel's. So I had really good experiences with those, so I thought, well, I'll get a bottle of this, and this was super cheap too. It was like $60 as well, and this is the single barrel. It's not barrel strength, it's just a single barrel, but it's a barrel pick for the Manitoba Liquor Commission. So yeah, so it was really cool. So I thought I would try that and see what that one's like. And like I said, it came out for limited release. So I thought, well, for $60, it would taste like crap. I know I know Dave will drink it next time he's here, but it's $60, and I thought, why not? If it's anything like the other two that we had, it's pretty easy. And then this one here came out for spirit release as well. This is a Blanton's. It's just the original single barrel, but it was picked for the MLCC. So kind of comes in a little box like that. And then it has like the little bag on it, makes it all extra fancy. And then there it is there, and then you can see the 100th anniversary of the liquor store on it. So not sure how much different it's going to be from a regular Blanton's. And what letter is that? Oh, there you go. So I need the A. So I've got, looks like I've got 2 L's. I've got 2 T's. I just need one A. So if anybody out there's got an A that would like to ship it to me, or we can trade, because I've got an extra T that's available right now. Maybe we can do a trade for an A, and then I can send it in and get my little Blanton's guy put on a stave. But anyway, that is what we got here for shelf number 4. I'm going to get these guys back into the shelf. Looks like we're going to have some space, so I'm going to take the next one that will be shelf number 5 out, and we will get those. Hopefully we can put some of those up on the shelf 4 and make some room on shelf 5, just to kind of clean the area up. I think that would be really kind of cool. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you guys like what you saw here. Let me know what you think of all this, if you've had any of this, if you like any of this kind of stuff, if you like this kind of content. This is going up for Patreon first, then it's going to make its way over to regular YouTube. So just as an extra kind of little treat here for my Patreon people. It's not quite as long as the last ones, still over 40 minutes. Like we're going on to almost 42 minutes here now. So by the time we're done, it'll be 42 minutes. But yeah, so let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you think of what I've got here. If any of this kind of looks interesting to you guys as well, please like and subscribe. Share this with anyone that may have some kind of value to it. If you want, it'd be awesome if you contributed to Patreon, but don't feel obligated to that. Everything that we bring in is going right back out to the channel as well, and we'll be doing some Patreon only giveaways with some of those funds as well. So thanks again, everyone. I really do appreciate everything. I really appreciate you guys more than anything, and thank you so very much for watching and spending some time with me today. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you real soon. Take care. Bye bye.